Chapter 3. If I can win this race, so can you. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. When I meet new business owners, I see the hope and excitement in their eyes, and I know with absolute certainty they can achieve their dreams. Sadly, experience tells me many will not. I know I can provide the training, systems, support, and encouragement they need for their success, but I cannot provide the most critical parts: desire and belief. My desire for their success and my faith that they can succeed won't make the critical difference. Paradoxically, those persons I have mentored who achieved their dreams often tell me, your belief in me made me who I am today. Still, I know that their own desire for success and their own faith and determination to succeed ultimately carried the day. Napoleon Hill wrote that a person with a definite purpose and a burning desire will attract to himself or herself all the other elements required for their success, including expertise, connections, resources, money, plans, ideas, and opportunities. But this happens only when the desire to achieve one's purpose gets stirred into a state of mind that becomes an obsession. Page 31. This proved true for me over and over, and I've watched this happen in the lives of countless other people. The mountain in your mind. Most people, however, become obsessed with their circumstances rather than their vision or their purpose. They perceive the work required to accomplish a big dream as a labor intensive effort to alter the circumstances, like moving the proverbial mountain. But the but the real work that needs to be accomplished is moving the mountain in your mind. It is your belief that you can achieve your dream that inspire the actions that produce results. When you first conceive of a dream that inspires you, that belief gets planted like a seed. It takes a heroic effort to tend that seed, to water it, to feed it, and to protect it from weeds and predators until it has the opportunity to reach its potential. When your belief has been nurtured and becomes full grown, it becomes very powerful. Jesus often spoke of faith as a little thing, a mustard seed with great power. If you have faith as a mustard seed, you can say to this mulberry tree, be pulled up by the roots and be planted in the sea, and it would obey you. Luke 17:6. On a different occasion, he said, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and sowed in his field, which indeed is the least of all the seeds, but when it is grown, it is greater than the herbs and it becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and nest in its branches. Matthew 13:31 and 32. I take this to mean we can grow and nurture our belief from a fragile sprout into a mighty, life giving tree. To move you forward, a dream must be specific. You want a clear picture of what it will look like when it is fulfilled, and it must also inspire you. You want to be able to experience right now exactly what you would feel like when your dream is accomplished. You're looking for a spark, something that gets your heart pounding. When that dream does come true, how will you be then? How do you imagine you will feel? Will you be joyful, peaceful, thankful, ecstatic, proud, delighted, accomplished, giddy, self assured? When I was 16, I was in art. I saw an article in a Hot Rod magazine that showed how to replace a little four-cylinder engine in a Vega with a 350 cubic inch V8. Immediately, I imagined how it would look, how it would sound, and how it would handle. What drove me to build it wasn't simply imagining the power of that engine and the sensation of the wind in my face, but envisioning the looks on the faces of friends and others as I would drive by. Those feelings compelled me as I built that hot rod and five others. Standing by faith in a vision of your dream accomplished, be that way now. The power of faith comes from your ability to imagine how you will be when your dream has been fulfilled and your capacity to be that way long before your dream manifests outwardly. Faith requires the exercise of your imagination. This is the central insight of Napoleon Hill's research. You have the ability to control your thoughts and your state of mind. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Page 249. So let that dream be with you, within you. Then holding it in your heart and mind as if you were accomplished, allow that way of being to permeate your life and actions. Finding purpose. If you question whether you have enough purpose and desire, you may want to apply the peak to peak principle of Robert Schuller's possibility thinking. Find any goal that you can get excited about and grow your faith in the process of fulfilling that goal. Once you climb a small mountain, you can peek from the top of that peak and see a larger mountain to climb. Once you build a little faith from a little dream, you realize that by continuing to develop your belief system or your success consciousness, as Napoleon Hill calls it, you can take on bigger and more exciting dreams. The size of a dream doesn't matter. It only matters that a dream be important enough to ignite a burning desire within you. Once you have purpose and desire, then developing your faith muscle becomes critical. If you follow this pattern and achieve some success, you will gain confidence in your ability to achieve your dreams. You will begin to discover your deeper passions, and maybe you will even recall dreams that you have forgotten or buried. Many of the men and women I have mentored couldn't see a dream beyond getting out of debt, which doesn't make for an inspiring dream. Instead, imagine what you would have and enjoy when all your money issues are solved. For example, I dreamed of owning a home and land in Montana and providing my family with security and a lifestyle that included vacations and toys. I also dreamed of controlling my own schedule so I had time to enjoy my family and my life. What and why before how? Just as people tend to be obsessed with their circumstances rather than with their dreams and desires, people also tend to focus on the how question before then the what and the why questions. They want to understand the how, the plans, before they clarify what they want and why they want it. This is like studying a map before choosing your destination. A map can be useful only when you know where you are and where you want to arrive. Someone once said, if you don't know where you are going, any road will get you there. Mark Twain quipped, I can teach anyone how to get what they want in life. The problem is, I can't find anyone who can tell me what they want. And even when a person knows what he or she wants, specific plans to achieve the dream are never the most important answer to the how question. Every success has an outer story and an inner story. Ask anyone who has ever accomplished something extraordinary. Just how did you achieve your success? He might tell you about the original dream and even about his initial plans. Then he will undoubtedly tell you a story of detours, setbacks, reroutes, restarts, wanderings, and nights in the wilderness so dark he was unable to read his map. That's the outer story. And how did he persist through these challenges? Now you will hear the inner story of developing faith in his dreams and belief in himself. This offers the deeper answer to the question, how? In the next section, I will address the specific circumstances, issues, and excuses that tend to stop people from achieving their dreams. You'll see in each case, the solution is the same. If you have the white hot desire to achieve your purpose, you must develop belief in that dream being fulfilled. Faith is the mountain mover. Belief is the dragon slayer. The road to mastery. This is my 25-year overnight success. Those who do have a clear purpose and burning desire often face a long and sometimes winding road to learn lessons that will prepare them for their eventual success. Every field or discipline involves skills to develop, material to learn, and techniques to perfect. Most important in this process is what Napoleon Hill calls success consciousness. New ways of thinking must be mastered. You must learn to protect your mind. Not every thought that runs through your mind is true and helpful. But as all the success gurus affirm, you can master your mind. You can learn to think optimistically and faithfully, and eventually that can become second nature. You may not have ridden a bike in years, but if you ever could ride, you can get on a bike, and in a few minutes, you would feel perfectly natural. But can you remember how it felt the first few months when you were learning to find your balance? It's the same when you begin to reshape your patterns of thinking. I often tell people I'm a 25-year overnight success. People perceive the overnight success, but they don't see the years of effort that went into becoming a person who could have that kind of success. It amuses me when people attribute my success to luck, being in the right place at the right time. They don't see the whole picture. I've heard it said, luck happens when preparation meets opportunity. So, yes, I've been lucky my whole life. I prepare and God provides opportunities. In his book, Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell makes a brilliant case that people who accomplish extraordinary things do so only after putting in the time it takes to master a field or discipline. He gives a rule of thumb of 10,000 hours to achieve mastery. According to Gladwell, the Beatles put in 10,000 hours playing in bars in Germany before they sprang into the world's pop music charts. Bill Gates took advantage of a unique opportunity to clock 10,000 hours as a computer programmer before most people knew that microcomputers even existed. Mozart may have been a child prodigy, but as Gladwell points out, he played music for more than 10,000 hours by the time most children were learning to read and write. It may seem like a daunting feat to do anything for 10,000 hours, but that is the amount of television the average person watches in just 5 years. Think of a skill or craft that you have mastered. If I were willing to commit the time and resources to practice that skill, do you think you could teach it to me? Of course you could. It would all depend on my determination to acquire that skill. And there's the rub. The price of success is paid in advance. Here's the bottom line. If you're willing to invest the time, you can master just about anything. What makes it worthwhile? In the final analysis, the question comes down to this: is it worth it? Is your dream worth putting in the time and enduring whatever discomfort you might have to bear? Of course. I want to tell you that from where I sit, it is absolutely worth it. At this point, I never have to work again. Residual income changes everything. Having achieved true freedom and mastered a level of success consciousness, I have the satisfaction of knowing I can achieve all my dreams. But this is a question you must answer for yourself. Are your dreams worth the effort and the risk? What if you could experience the journey as a joy instead of an arduous effort? Would that make a difference? People sometimes say that I seem to be working all the time. Yes, I do put many hours into developing my programs, training my leaders, and expanding my operations. Here's the thing. I love everything I do. If I don't love it, I don't do it. There is a paradox here. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. So you learn to love doing the things that matter for your success. This requires getting out of your comfort zone. You always have to leave your comfort zone to learn new skills and develop new ways of thinking. Though I have achieved many of my dreams, I am always working on my success consciousness. Learning and growing is so much a part of my life that you would be hard pressed to know if any activity in my daily routine is part of my vocation, education, or recreation. Most of the time, I work at my beautiful home overlooking the Pacific. I get to have meals with my wife. I am available to my family for whatever they want. In business, I surround myself with like minded, positive, inspiring people. They take fantastic working vacations all around the world. My work is my play, full of joy and laughter all day long. A Greek philosopher named Herculides said, man is most nearly himself when he achieves the seriousness of a child at play. That reminds me of me. What I do all day is my hobby, my calling, and my passion. Now I ask you, how is that working? It is what I call living life to the full. So I offer you this challenge. If you want to rediscover your American dream, find something you love to do or a dream you have passion for. Give yourself fully to that dream, and you'll really never work another day of your life. Questions for reflection, discussion, and action. Number one, do you have a dream that inspires you? How will you feel, think, and act when it is fulfilled? Are you able to feel, think, and act that way now? Number two, what skill have you already mastered? What level of effort did it require? Number three, what is it worth to you for your dream to be fulfilled? Are you willing to invest, risk the time and energy it could take? How long will you give it? 2 years? Five? 10? Number four, what are you most passionate about? Could you build your dream around that?